Hey everybody, Austin back again with another Let's Play video. Today it's going to be Super R-Type for the Super Nintendo. Now, I'm going to at least attempt to run through this game. Yeah, as some of you guys may know, I recently uploaded a video for R-Type Complete on the Turbo Duo, and while I had a really good run, I sort of ran into a brick wall, and I just died, and I died, and I died, and I died, and I eventually gave up. Not after cussing up a storm and throwing my controller a couple times. Super R-Type isn't as difficult as that game is, but it's still a pretty challenging game. And it has one thing that, well, R-Type Complete doesn't have. It has a really, really terrible start back mode. Well, actually, R-Type Complete had a really terrible start back mode too. R-Type, well, Super R-Type on the Super Nintendo actually has a worse start back mode because no matter where you are in the stage, even if you're at the boss, when you die, you're shot back to the very beginning of the level. I don't know whose wise idea it was to implement that as a design choice, but it makes the game really, really frustrating. Fortunately for you guys, I am very familiar with this game. This was actually a personal favorite of mine as a kid. I played the hell out of this game despite some of its flaws. And I still like the game a lot to this day. I still go back to it probably, you know, once or twice a year, see how far I can get. And usually, I don't have too much of a problem, but a lot of times I do hit a brick wall, mainly because of this really poor start back mode. And, well, the other reason is because I always put the game on the hard mode as well, which I'm going to do today. So, while I don't think I'm going to hit a brick wall quite in the same way as I did in R-Type Complete for the Turbo Duo, this is still going to be kind of interesting. I may complete the game. Most likely I won't complete the game, though. And unlike my R-Type Complete Let's Play, I'm probably not going to try to continue over and over and over and over again. And the main reason for that is because of the start back mode. You're gonna, well, let me go back a step. I'm probably going to run into a brick wall, and I'm gonna eventually end up playing the same stage over and over and over again. And it's not like the R-Type Complete one where I kept playing a small section over. I'm gonna be playing the same long stage over and over again. And it's probably gonna get boring pretty quickly, so what I might do is continue once, twice, 3 times. We'll kind of wing it and see how it goes. So, but without further ado, let's go ahead and just hit start. And now for those of you guys new to R-Type on the Super Nintendo, you just hit select to go to your options menu. From one, you've got your difficulty settings here. It goes up to hard. Well, that's about that's as high as it goes for right now. If you beat the game, you can actually unlock extra difficulty modes. Now, I don't remember in which order they come in, but I know there's a pro mode, which I think is the hardest. And I think there might actually be an expert mode which comes after hard, but it's been a really long time since I've completed it on hard, and I don't even remember at this point. You got your sound, stereo, mono, which who really cares about that these days? And you've got a sound test mode, which is pretty cool. When I was a little kid, I used to actually jam out to the sound test mode all the time. I loved the music in Super R-Type. It was very... well, there was a wide range of music, but that's not what I'm here to talk about. Let's go ahead and hit select. As you can see, it's on hard mode. We're going to go ahead and hit start and get right into the game. So now, for those that haven't played Super R-Type is sort of an amalgamation of sorts. It's actually bits and pieces of R-Type 2 from the arcade, mixed with brand new elements, brand new graphical sequences like that right there, some brand new stages, some brand new music, like this stage is completely new. And yeah, it's sort of like an R-Type 2 Plus or R-Type 2 Remix if you want to look at it that way. So yeah. Super R-Type kind of gets a little bit of flack. And for good reason, in some regards, for not such good reason in other regards. For one, I think the game has great graphics. I mean, considering this is a very, very early Super Nintendo game. This is one of the earliest Super Nintendo games out. And I still find the graphics to be really colorful, to be really detailed, and they still really hold up well today, in my opinion. Maybe it's because I'm nostalgic about this game, and I played it a lot as a kid. It was one of the earlier Super Nintendo games I got, if I recall correctly. And but you know, the gameplay is also solid. It's an R-Type game. You've got your rapid fire, which you see me doing right here, but you've also got this charge mechanic, which is super powerful in this game, and it's just put to good use here. And well, provided you actually use it, it's put to really good use here. It's got some really cool weapons, just like the arcade games. It's just generally fun to play. It feels good to kill the enemies. I love the music in this game. Absolutely love the soundtrack in this game. It's actually one of my favorite Super Nintendo soundtracks. It's one I always come back to. It's got sort of driving music like you've got right here, but it's also got funky music, it's got chilled music, it's got sort of like darker, eerie music, and it's even got like jazzy kind of music. It's all over the place. It's really eclectic, and I like it for that. But, hold on, let me kill this guy first. Oh, come on, are you serious? Generally, you can actually kill this guy in pretty much one hit if you get him down just right. Your charge mechanic in this game is super powerful. And one thing that you really want to get used to if you're new to this game is getting used to the double charge. It's when you charge up 1 meter and then it starts to fill up again with that sort of orangish bar. Once it's at its peak for the second time and it's blinking, you have a few seconds to unleash your wide blast. And if you manage to nail it right, it's the strongest attack in the game. As hopefully you'll see on this boss, I'm going to try to do it on this boss, and hopefully you'll definitely see it on the third boss at least, is you can kill bosses in one hit with it. Just like in the R-Type arcade games. The arcade R-Types were the exact same way. The charge beam was extremely powerful in those games. So hopefully, yeah, you'll get to see that. So yeah, where was I going with that? I'm trying to sort of concentrate here. I like Super R-Type a lot, but I think it gets kind of bashed a little bit. For one of the main reasons I see it get bashed is that it has a ton of slowdown. And it actually can make the game a little difficult to play unless you're really used to playing games with a lot of slowdown. Where the game will be slow, but then it'll speed up real quick, and it'll slow down, and it'll keep speeding up. And unless you've got a good eye and a good intuition for that sort of thing, this game might be fairly frustrating in that regard. But also, there's the start back mode I was telling you about. Again, when you die, and you will see me die, you get shot back to the very beginning of the stage every single time. There is no mid-level checkpoints, no restarts like halfway through the stage, nothing like that. And you know, I really have no idea why the developers felt that was a good idea. Maybe they thought that, oh, having checkpoints would make the game too easy, and because it's sort of an arcade game, it's kind of short, it doesn't take all that long to complete. They might have thought, hey, we'll sort of extend the length of the game by forcing the player to go all the way back to the beginning. Or maybe they were just rushed and didn't really implement a checkpoint system and were like, screw it, who cares? Which could very likely be the reason. They might have wanted to jump on the Super Famicom bandwagon, Super Nintendo bandwagon, try to get on board early, to sort of take advantage of that. It's always good to be an early developer/publisher for new platforms, I think, because you've got a chance to really grab people, before everyone starts making games for the system. Everyone and their grandmother wants to get in on developing games for the platform. So, but yeah, those I pretty much gave you reasons why I really like the game and why I think a lot of other people will like the game, but I also gave you some of the main reasons why a lot of people end up not liking the game. It's the slowdown and the just absurd start back mode. So see if I can kill this guy in one hit. No, it's not gonna happen. You gotta hit his eye, and you gotta charge up right at the right time, otherwise you're just not gonna be able to do it. Oh, got it. Normally, I like to try to get it, and I hit him the first time his eye opens. But if you don't, you just kind of be patient. Most of those enemies or those little shots that come out, you can actually absorb with your pod. And that's one of the other things I love about this game, is just the pod. And I know it's not unique to this game, but it works so well in this game in particular. Super R-Type isn't as crazy and chaotic as, well, its predecessors, R-Type and R-Type 2 from the arcades. So, you know, the pod really makes, you know, it's really put to great use in this game. Well, it makes things a little more manageable than it does in the arcade R-Type games. Those games are pretty chaotic. I mean, they're actually very fast-paced compared to this game. And, yeah. So, here on this stage, what you can do is you can kind of get up, get back up, huddle in front of one of these walls, and those guys that come from behind you, little guys that make the sort of squealy sound and, you know, bounce up in zigzag motions, they'll actually run into the wall on the other side of it, so that's a good way to sort of be safe. It's definitely good to take advantage of your environments in R-Type. Unlike other shoot-'em-ups, R-Type is, people kind of dubbed it the thinking man's shoot-'em-up, in that it's more, succeeding in R-Type is more, I'm sorry, I can't even talk straight. I'm trying to play. This is actually a pretty challenging part. R-Type, succeeding in R-Type is more than just dodging and firing and mashing the fire button. It's also about sort of analyzing the situation, which I'm sure you could argue that's what some other shoot-'em-ups are like too. But R-Type is, I mean, it's a game where it really helps to make use of your environment to survive the onslaught of enemies. And it's alright, just trying to survive, that's all. Can't even talk straight because I'm trying to survive. Ah, damn it, I really did not want that weapon. Oy, 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 oy. This is where things kind of start getting nutty in this game, is this level right here. This level used to always give me hell in this game. And you've just got to be patient. You've also kind of got to know what's coming up. You stick your pod in this guy, and you just ram on the fire button as is. You'll take him down. I'm making it look a lot easier than it actually is, by the way. So where was I going with that other rant? Yeah, I mean, it's just, R-Type's more than just about firing and dodging. It's, especially in later stages when there's, you know, some really tight corridors and things like that. And again, it's a game where you die in one hit, so you've really got to be careful. But anyway, this boss right here, an eye pops out on both sides of him. You basically want to charge up fully and kill him in one hit just like that. You want to sort of time it, because the second he gets touched with a piece of your firepower, he gets sucked back in, and he waits a few seconds before he pops the eye back out. So if you don't land it just right, he's going to pop in, and you're not going to do all the damage that you need to. Alright, so this is the obligatory sort of big battleship kind of level. The R-Type series has always had a sort of big battleship kind of stage where the main focus on the level takes up basically the entire screen, or multiple screens, I should say. R-Type 1 had it, R-Type 2 had it, and of course this game has it. And this is actually not the same battleship stage as you see in R-Type 2. It's actually unique to this version of Super R-Type. Sorry, it's unique to this version of Super R-Type. This is the only version of Super R-Type, I'm sorry. It's unique to this version of R-Type. Well, I guess I could say R-Type 2, because again, this is sort of like R-Type 2 remixed and remastered. You can look at it that way. But actually, I really like this stage. I like the overall feel. Like, if you look at it, it just... This big battleship feels like it has, like, it's epic in nature. Like, you can see the background where it sort of wraps behind you and there's just some lights peeking through. It really makes it seem huge, which is pretty cool. I like that. And you know what? I'm gonna try to actually keep this this swirly ring weapon, because it's the most powerful weapon in the game, aside from your charge attack. It's the most useful. Now, you do have some other beams, like there was that orange beam back there, which would actually sort of travel along the ground. Why don't I do that? Travel along the ground, destroy whatever it touches. And yeah, then you've got this blue weapon right there, which is the famous bouncy weapon in R-Type. I've always loved that weapon. But it's just, it doesn't seem to be as powerful in this game as it is in the other R-Types. And, you know, if you want just maximum damage, essentially, you really want to use this... Oh, shoot. That was close. You really want to use this, the red weapon I have. Well, of course, the power-up is red, but in reality, it's a mixture of blue and red once you actually get the weapon. And then once you get these little, like, orbs in the tops and bottom of your ship, you can actually get two, one on the top, one on the bottom. Those also shoot out little beams, too, and they don't do that with other weapons. They really only do it with the red weapon, which is another reason why the red weapon is basically the best in the game, as far as regular firepower goes. Now this boss has these sort of pods, and you kind of want to destroy them first, just to make the boss a little bit easier. So I'm going to try to do that. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's exactly why you want to use the red weapon. I've already destroyed one of them. And then the boss basically bounces these, well, bounces these things, so I'm going to watch out for that. And this is where the slowdown actually kind of comes, you know, it sort of helps you. Things start going so slow that it's easier to dodge things. And, you know, for that, I am definitely not complaining. So now you have to shoot his weak spot, and I'm going to still go for the little pods at the bottom just to get them out of the way. Ah, screw it. I didn't really need to. I just destroyed him. So we're at about 18 minutes, or a little less than 18 minutes, and I'm already on stage 5, and this is where the game gets really tricky, though. You've really gotta... I had to practice the hell out of this stage and on when I was a kid. I think I was actually in 6th grade when I got this game. I was still in elementary school when I got this game, and it was a long time ago. So I played it a lot, and had many frustrating controller throwing moments. Well, hell, dying in this game almost every time was a controller throwing moment, but still, I mean, I persevered at this game for some odd reason. Probably just because I was a kid. I was enthralled by the visuals. I just loved everything about this game, minus just the absurd, difficulty and things like that. So, despite this level being really challenging and really tricky, I still know exactly what to do to this day because I played it so much as a kid. And that's how a lot of these sort of older, difficult games are for me. Like, if you look at Ninja Gaiden or Castlevania or something like that, I can still dominate those games because I played them so much as a kid. The patterns are basically muscle memory now. And despite me forgetting other things in life, like math, I can still dominate those games because probably the muscle memory and just the fact that I played them so much as a kid. Now, don't be fooled by my earlier statement, or don't be fooled entirely, because you do have to dodge in this game. But you also have to use your environments. Like right here, I'm trying to stay beneath this moving block. That way bullets get absorbed by it, and I don't have to worry about dodging them as much. So it basically gives me less to dodge, because half the bullets are running into the wall. So it was things like that I meant. You do definitely still have to focus on dodging, but in this specific version of R-Type, you don't have to dodge nearly as much as you do in other versions of R-Type, because it's just not nearly as chaotic. Well, of course, it gets a little more chaotic when you put it on the harder difficulty settings, but this is as hard as it gets right now without unlocking other skill modes. Oh man, why did I do that? I don't want that speed power up. I'm about as fast as I want to be, and if I go any faster, things are going to start to get problematic. Yep. Jeez. Especially once I get to this boss, because the boss is pretty claustrophobic. Oh no, there's another speed power-up. What are you guys trying to do to me here, man? Seriously. Damn it. Well, I don't have a choice other than to grab it. Look how fast I'm going. This makes it really difficult to dodge in tight areas. And on this boss, what I'm going to be trying to do is just kind of sitting in the back and trying to dodge him. He's a pretty tricky little boss. You got to hit his eye when it's open. But he also shoots out like a spread shot, and he also shoots out these missiles. And there's two different kinds of missiles. Ones that you can destroy and ones that you cannot destroy. And the sort of greenish ones are the ones that you cannot destroy. So you really got to watch out for those. Oh wow, I destroyed them already. Oh man. Oh man. That's exactly why the red weapon is the best that you can use in the game. I actually got to that boss last night when I played this game, and I had the reflect laser, where it just reflects off the walls. It's the blue weapon. It took me forever to destroy him just by sitting back and shooting, because the blue laser is so much less powerful than this red weapon is. So you definitely want to get this weapon and keep it if you want to have an easier chance at surviving. Now, let's see if I can keep it through this whole stage, because this is definitely a pretty tricky level, guys. These guys that come out from the bottom, they'll actually get behind you, and they'll just stay behind you. And unless you can somehow get the pod in front of you and attach it to your rear, it's tough. They are a major nuisance. So watch out for that. Make use of your pod whenever you can, though. Such as like I did right there, where I basically, you know, threw it out forward, and my pod basically did the work. Don't mind my sort of stuttering and pausing. I'm just trying to focus here. And this is the level I actually got stuck at last night because I died, and I had to do it multiple times, and I think I continued twice. I was like, you know what, I can do it. And I could have if I persevered a little bit more. But, oh, shit. No, this is where it's going to get really, really difficult now, guys. This is might be where it starts to get really repetitive, and I continue twice, and then I give up on the video, because they really give you nothing on this stage, which sucks. They give you more stuff on other stages, and it becomes really problematic on this stage. So what I'm going to try to do is just stay down, kill these guys, and what you want to do is you want to get your ship up just a tiny bit above this ridge so you can destroy the little pods that are hanging on the other side of the ridge on the bottom. And this is actually kind of where you hope for slowdown. Because again, it makes your life easier in terms of dodging. And now this is, you know, if you're really anal about surviving. Like for me, these days, I don't really care as much about high scores, especially in really, really challenging games. It's more just about surviving for me. And you know what? There's going to be a lot of people, a lot of purists, not really a lot, so to say. There's going to be a small crowd of people that really scoff at that. Survival, that's it. But in reality, I think in terms of the grand scheme of things, in terms of how many people actually manage to complete these games, I think you're going to find a lot of people. There's actually going to be a lot more people that can't even complete the damn game than the people that can. And so, you know, I feel pretty good just being able to beat a game like Super R-Type. You know? So I'm not concerned with going for high scores. Amongst, you know, in terms of like the grand sea of people that play this game, chances are my score is going to be a lot higher by default than most people, because most people can't even finish the game. So that's kind of how I look at it. Now there's going to be those handful of people that are just really perfectionists. They can one credit clear every single game they play, and then they can dive really deep into the rules of a game and exploit it for high scores. Especially those more modern games with actual deep scoring systems. This game doesn't have a deep scoring system. It's just kill enemies, don't die, get a bonus at the end of the stage. That's it. It's not like a cave shoot 'em up where there's just a massively deep rule set. But still, I mean, I'm just all about survival. I'm cool with that. In a game like this. See if I can do this again. Get it back in the front of me. Realistically, I probably should get it on the back of me, and I'm going to try to do that. Actually, I'm going to try to get this weapon, because that will help me a lot. If I don't die. All right. There's gonna be some guys that come from the tops and bottoms, and then there's gonna be one of those big guys that shoot the laser coming from behind me. So what I'm gonna try to do is, well, do this. Shoot my pot out, hopefully it hits him, which it really didn't, which kind of sucked, but yeah, whatever. Alright, now this guy, what you probably want to do is stay from the bottom, go underneath him first. Get to the other side and hope that bullets don't come on both sides. So this guy is a serious pain in the ass, guys. I really hate this boss. Oh, partially because of some of the flicker. Partially because it's just, I don't know. He's tough. I forgot the blue ones you can't absorb. Back to the very beginning of the stage again. So again, this is why I said this is gonna get really repetitive to a degree. I don't even know if I'm gonna continue after this, to be honest with you. I don't even really feel like playing through this stage over and over again. For those of you guys that are new to this game, I suggest playing it on easy. Start this game off on easy mode, just so you can actually enjoy what you're playing. My podcast host of the Implant Games podcast, Chris, he actually really enjoyed this game from what I can tell. He gave it a fairly positive review. He reviewed it a year or two ago, and he enjoyed it. And part of that, I think, is because he had it on easy mode. He was just playing it, and he enjoyed it. I don't think he even died once, maybe twice. He might have died more than that, but I think he adjusted to the game pretty quickly, and he ended up finishing it. So, you know, and he still enjoyed it, though. You know, he had it on easy mode, still enjoyed the game. So that's basically the point, is if you really just want to enjoy this game, and you're new to it, put it on easy. Don't feel bad about not playing it on hard, or even on normal for that matter. Because really, you really want to enjoy the game you're playing. If you pop it on hard, or even play it on normal for the first time, it might be a little frustrating. Here, gotta scratch my nose, hold on. It might be a little frustrating, so, you know, put it on easy, don't feel bad about it. And if you really enjoy the game and you really want to practice it, pop it on normal. Whoa, that was close. You know, and if you like it, still like it after that, pop it on hard. You know, if you got some balls, pop it on hard. Not just balls, if you got balls and if you got patience. Patience is probably more important than the balls part. Cue the John St. John voice. Damn, I'm good. I really did not expect to be getting past that part twice in one sitting. Because, I mean... yeah. Yeah, at least I killed him the second time. Alright, so we're gonna try this again. What you kind of want to do is just charge your beam on this guy. What a pain in the ass, man. Seriously, I'm not joking here. The thing is, this guy takes so many more hits than other bosses. And he's more frustrating to boot. He's not easier or anything. Now, you would expect that later on in the game, sure, but man, with the start back mode, it's like a kick in the nuts. Seriously. And if you're not hitting them directly from the front with your big beam, it's almost useless. Oh, come on. Thank you! Thank you! Please let this be the last one. Oh, come on. Now, if I had the red beam, he'd be dead already. Jeez, man. Die! Fucking die, man! Yes! Oh, man. Jeez, that took way too long. Oh, my God. God. I did it, though. I did it. Alright, this level's a real pain in the ass. Kill this guy. It's funny how I still remember that. I haven't even been to this stage in years. This level's probably gonna give me hell, guys. Yeah, I'm gonna use this weapon. It's a lot more powerful. Guys come from the tops and bottoms of the screen constantly, just like in the arcade game. I believe this is the same last stages in the arcade game. Well, it might not be the last in the arcade game. I honestly don't even remember. And when I say arcade game, I'm speaking of R-Type 2. These little dragon dudes that come out from the sides, I'm assuming that's what they are. Tough. They're a little tough. You can only hit them on the head to destroy them. And with these, actually I'm gonna get this because this will probably be a little more useful by this point due to all the bouncy guys. And I know that, pretty sure there's one of those dragon guys that come from back, and I don't even remember where that is. It's probably real soon, like in a couple of seconds. Yep. Still remember it. This is one of those levels where you really want slowdown because it makes your life a lot easier. You can see where everything's coming from, and gives you a little more time to react and formulate a strategy. Like, do I want to go forward? Do I want to go back? Do I want to go up? Do I want to go down? Do I want to go all around? I don't know. Figure it out. Give me more slowdown so I can figure it out. Alright, we're at probably about the halfway point in the stage now. Once these yellow guys start coming out, again, more opportunity for slowdown. But be careful, because they do shoot bullets, unlike some of the other enemies in this stage, so... Now they do a little full screen jig like they do right here. Always stay in the center on this level when you can, because as you can see, the guys come from all over the place, forward and backwards. All right, we're getting towards the end. You can see the sort of wall there. Oh, I ran into him. Damn it. Realistically, I should be charging up more often. Now get ready, because this guy always comes out right here. So you always want to destroy him first. I don't even remember where the second one comes from, though. If you really want to induce more slowdown, put your pot out. Put your pot out, let it shoot. That was a really freaking bad idea. Alright, try this again. There's another one coming up, so... Oh, god damn it. And this is where timing is everything. If you want to do everything right, like use your charge beam to kill these guys in one hit, you gotta know exactly when to charge. Well, so much for beating the game without continuing, but to be honest, I'm farther than I thought I would be. This is the final stage in the game. So, yeah, we'll go ahead and continue. Maybe I'll get lucky, maybe I'll be able to complete the game. That'll kind of be a first, actually. The last few Let's Plays I've done, I haven't been able to actually complete the game. So, it would definitely be a nice change of pace if I can actually complete this game. I mean, Tempest 2000, R-Type complete, Lords of Thunder, the Raiden Project. I wasn't able to complete any of those games, so this will be a nice change in that streak if I can actually do it. And I hate how they give you speed power-ups instead of weapon power-ups, because you really use some damn weapons right about now. Granted, speed definitely doesn't hurt, considering these really fast guys that just constantly come out. Please jump back up, dude. Okay. My little pod guy was just walking along the ground. I'm like, I don't want to get close to the ground because, you know, these guys are bouncing all over the place. It makes it really tough. You'll go down and grab your power up, but then a guy will just fly out from the bottom where you're unprotected, and you'll die in one hit. So... the universe of R-Type, where even touching flesh can kill you in one hit. Your supposedly almost indestructible ship, that's supposed to be the most advanced thing humans have ever created, die in one hit when they touch alien creatures. I'm sorry, explodes in one hit when it touches alien creatures. God, this weapon is so weak! Yes, I will take this one instead, thank you. Not that much better, but it's a little bit better. Okay, it doesn't seem really like it's that much better at all. Alright, this is where I'm going to start charging up. And that really didn't do much. Oh, come on. Jeez, man. Alright, we're at the final boss now. On the final boss, there's going to be a bunch of your other R9 ships. Your main ship in this game is called the R9. And you can actually break them free, and they'll actually shoot. Granted, they'll die pretty quickly. But I think what you want to do is you just want to shoot the pod in the center. So what I'm going to try to do is break these dudes free. And then there's a second pod in the center. Wow, those freaking ships died really, really fast. You know, what you could do, realistically, is just shoot your pod inside there, but I'm not going to bother, because I totally forgot these other dudes came up from the tops and bottoms on the screen still. And what I might do is just try to be a tank, just sit in the back, and just use my dinky firepower to destroy these guys back there. Well, I could just try doing that. See, if I had the red firepower and I didn't die, this would be a hell of a lot easier. But I think there's a reason they don't give it to you on this stage, because they probably knew it was overpowered compared to these other weapons. So... there we go. Now, I think if you angle it right, you can actually get the little blue beams to go around the back. Although that's really tough to do. And on this last part, you basically have to charge up in order to actually make it hit. So what I'm gonna have to do is just... whoa! How did that happen? I have no freaking idea, but I'll take it. Oh, man. Drink of water for the win. I will definitely take it. Ugh. Whew. Now the other difficulty mode, or at least the next difficulty mode, will unlock. And, yeah. And we'll actually get to see if it's expert or pro. If it's expert, then pro mode comes after expert. And if you'd believe it, I actually managed to beat the game on hard, and then expert, and then on pro mode when I was a kid. There was really no extra special payoff, unfortunately. As far as I remember anyway. But it was definitely a huge, huge challenge. That actually feels pretty good, guys, because I haven't completed Super R-Type on hard mode in a very long time. I only play it on hard mode these days when I try to play the game, so, you know, playing it on hard now it feels pretty good to have done it, especially while doing a Let's Play, talking and playing at the same time. The funny thing about talking and playing at the same time is that sometimes... whoa! Holy shit! Oh no, it goes straight to pro. Okay. Hold on, let me pause it. My light keeps going on and off. Ugh. Stop it. I've got a light that's a little finicky, so what I'm going to do is turn on a different light. He doesn't like playing in the dark. Yep, it's still going on and off on its own. It's got a iffy wall connection. So... oh, nope. Pause again. I forgot. I had my headphones going the other way. So this is pro mode. I mean, should I even do this? Should I even play it? I mean... maybe I'll play a stage or two and you guys can just kind of see the difference in difficulty. Basically what happens is I believe guys shoot a little bit faster and I think they might shoot more bullets. But the other big thing is that the amount of damage it takes to kill enemies has been increased as well. So like these little pods, they might just die in a couple of shots on easy and normal. Like these things on easy mode, you plow through them in one shot. It's like bam, 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 they're down. On this though, it takes a couple of hits. So... And I always prefer to take the bottom path in this part. Because the guy comes down from the top, and if you don't get yourself to the bottom quick enough, it's kind of tough to dodge his laser, because it's, well, it's sort of an insta-beam. See, it's pretty much out. I would have been toast if I was still at the top. That's interesting. It let me start off with missiles, but they didn't let me keep my pod from the end of the game. Maybe the pod self-destructs or something, because it wasn't in the ending, if I recall correctly. Oh, they move now. They didn't move before. That's pretty cool. The first boss even does something different. You guys are probably like, why are you playing this again? You just beat the game. You know? Wallow in your glory. You know, and end on a high note. Well, it is only the 47-minute mark. Normally my Let's Plays go a little bit longer. So, I don't know. Whoa, yeah, they definitely shit out a lot more. It was like ba-bam, ba-bam, ba-bam. But hey, more opportunity for slowdown. Okay, so yeah, the enemies definitely shoot faster, and they also shoot more. Not a whole lot more in terms of the regular enemies, but those big guys, man, they were like just like bam, 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 bam. That's pretty cool, actually. I wasn't expecting that. I mean, really, I should have expected it, but, you know, the reality is I haven't played this mode in a very, very long time. Very long time. I mean, when I actually beat this on Pro mode back in the day, and I'm sorry, I thought there was an expert mode, but apparently I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure Pro is as high as it goes. But, yeah, I mean, it's been so long. It's probably been since the mid-90s since I did that. So, yeah. Man, mid-90s. That's such a long time ago, guys. I still remember it like it was yesterday, though. I mean, I know that's probably cliche, because everybody says that in movies and in media and whatnot, but it's kind of true. It's like, those memories are... they just feel like they've never gone away. It's kind of strange. Whereas a lot of other stuff you just kind of forget over the years due to getting caught up in crappy jobs you don't like and just, you know, taking in all this information you don't even really care about, and that sort of overrides some of the old memories you have. But some of the old memories kind of stay there for some reason. It's kind of weird. One of those memories, in terms of my gaming memories especially, is just me playing Super R-Type. So that probably sounds kind of weird to some of you, but yeah, I mean, I played the hell out of this game back in 6th grade. And I remember my old room, my old TV setup where the TV used to be, and it was a small TV. Actually, not that small. It was a good-sized TV for a kid my age, I think. It was a 19-inch. My first TV, actually. It lasted me a long time. So... Yep, still killing one hit, thankfully. Already going on to stage 3. Making good progress. Let's see how many more of these guys come out. They definitely go faster. At least I think they do. See how long I can keep this weapon for. So kind of just like last time, I'm gonna try to stay back here. What you kind of want to do is keep yourself a little bit low, because sometimes you get the sort of oddball that wants to come straight forward at you once you kill him. And if you're too high up and he goes straight forward, well, it's kind of hard to dodge him, because for one, if you go down, you might run into a different enemy or bullet. So if you give yourself enough space up top, so if a guy comes just reeling right at you, you can just tap up real quick and dodge him without running into the wall. And yes, I don't think I really ran into any walls in this playthrough, but you do die when you run into a wall in this game. Just like you die if you run into an enemy. So that's definitely something to be careful about. Something to be wary about. And this is one of my favorite tracks in the game musically. It's very, very chill. It's relaxing. A little bit funky. I actually like it more than the track that it uses in R-Type 2, the arcade game. This is one of those stages that was also in R-Type 2. So, along with that second stage I was just at, that was also in R-Type 2. Funny thing is, the second stage in this game is actually the first stage in R-Type 2. So, kind of interesting little note there. I actually enjoy the stage progression more in this R-Type though than at the actual R-Type 2. I love the first stage in this game. It's a good intro stage. Let's get back a little bit because he's gonna take more hits, I'm sure. Yeah, he definitely took a few more hits than he did on hard mode. Alright, so what I want to do is try to time this dude coming out. Should probably have gotten it. Yeah, I got it. Oh, come on, man. Ah, sweet, got him. So I definitely did a lot of damage the first time the eye was out. If you don't kill that guy really fast, he is such a pain in the ass. He is a major pain in the ass. So just time your shot, get the double shot out if you can, kill him in one hit, 2 hits at most. Otherwise, you are probably going to end up dying because it's a very claustrophobic boss fight. So you don't have a lot of room to dodge. So again, I'm going to try to keep this red weapon just because it was so useful in this boss. I ended up plowing through this boss. Now that gray weapon right there is pretty cool. It's really, really powerful. But the problem is it doesn't go all the way across the screen, so you won't really see me using it. Sometimes I use it just for grins, but you know, if you're really playing for survival, you want to use this weapon that I have right here. And there's the homing missile power-up, and you know, I'm not going to actually take that this time. I'm gonna stick with this ground missile because I need to be able to hit the ground for those turrets above. Yeah, it definitely would have been nice to have this last time I was at this part. Because this is also a much more powerful missile. It does several hits, whereas the homing missiles, basically, they just do one hit. Or one hit for each missile. And they're not that powerful either, so... yeah, much more useful. That was close. Thought I was going to run into that power-up, but fortunately the hit detection actually worked out pretty well. And worked out in my favor that time. Oh, crap. Now, if you notice, a lot of this stage, you can actually destroy parts of it. And that last part where that pod came out is another part you can destroy. You don't get a ton of points for destroying things, but hey, every little bit helps if you are going for score. Playing on Pro Mode is obviously a reason why you want to go for those pods if you can, because with them shooting out, there's definitely a lot more bullets you have to worry about. Whoa, that was close. Very close. Alright, so get back up here. Those pods are taking forever to kill. Remember on the first time through, they basically died right away? Now it's just, oh man. I don't even want to dick around with them anymore. I just went straight for the main source. Woo! Back on the stage 5. Pain in the ass stage number 2. Or 3, or 10. There aren't even 10 stages in the game yet. But I don't even know where I was going with that. I'm just kind of ecstatic that I managed to get this far without getting completely bent over. Oh, there's definitely more of these guys. Well, maybe there aren't more of these guys. I don't even remember. I wasn't even paying attention the first time. I was too busy talking. Now yeah, those guys definitely shoot a lot faster. Ah, crap. I'm gonna have to get ahead. So there's gonna be more guys coming from behind me. Oh, come on, man. Really? Freaking really? This is going to be really tough now. But hey, thanks to slowdown, I can dodge with ease. Thanks, slowdown. You're my best friend. I'm not going to get that because I'm going to basically have to run into some speed up power-ups later on in the stage. And what I'm really trying to do right here is, well, not die. So I've got my pod sat behind me, so I can basically just try to destroy anything that will come from behind me, because those are going to be the problem points, aside from these fuckers shooting really fast. Die, thank you. And I missed the missile power-up. Oh well. Can't complain. It's better than dying, right? Alright, now we're in business. Now, if you want the game to speed up a little bit faster, don't shoot. Now, at some points in the game, you kind of... well, it's not exactly safe to not shoot, so you're better off just dealing with the slowdown and continually shooting. Otherwise, you're guaranteed to have problems. And again, to do that, a little bit of extra damage, sit your pod on top of the enemies. Ah, fuck. I was trying to be flashy with that. I should have sat slightly above the bullets instead of in between them. I should have known better than that. Fudge. Ha ha ha. Fooled you there. Alright, let's try not to die this time. Because, I mean, I had a really good run. I'm on stage 5 already. Didn't die. Now I'm dying like crazy. I'm not focusing, that's for damn sure. So let's try to start to focus. What do you say about that? I say bring on the focus. Focus in. Alright, let's do what I did last time. Yeah, that works out pretty well. But this time, let's try to get those homing missiles. Oh, that's a speed up. Screw that. No thanks. Actually, you know what? I could use it. Right about now, I am a little slow. But that just means I'm going to be super fast come, you know, the boss. Oh yeah, that's right. Get it. Behind me again. That sounded really bad. Alright, homing missile. If I can actually get it. Die. Thank you. Thanks for dying. Have a nice day. I like how the reflect laser looks in this game though. It looks a little more mysterious than it does in the other R-Type games. It's very, very solid and kind of somewhat thick in the other R-Type games, but in this one it's got this sort of translucent like sort of vibe to it. It's pretty cool looking. I've always liked the look of it. Of course, it doesn't look as cool on this level as it does on other stages because of all the slowdown and stuff like that. Gives you more time to focus on it, but when there's no slowdown, it's got like this sort of blinks, and it's pretty cool. I like it. All right, I'm not gonna shoot because there's that speed power up. I believe there is another speed power up there though too, so I'm gonna try to not shoot if I can avoid it. Yeah, you get over there, man. Yeah. Yeah. No speed power for me. Actually, you know, it's, well... Yeah, I'm gonna get it. I didn't need both. I could definitely use one, because remember, this boss is kind of quick, so it's good to have that speed power up. Now, unfortunately, this is gonna be a sort of shitty boss fight, because... Well, maybe I can try charging up. I just don't want to die. And not dying means playing really safe by sitting back like this. And doing basically next to no damage. And the second I try to charge up, dude starts, you know, slowdown is much less once I'm charging up, so that it makes it really risky. Just like that. I mean, god damn it. And one of the problems is that the only weapon they give you on this stage is the reflect laser, which is pretty much, it's really weak, so... Now they do give you the sort of fireball spread shot, which I just picked up, but problem is your first power-up, like your first weapon power-up you get, always brings your pod out. Because your pod basically acts as, well, your source of your firepower. Oh, for freaking... God damn it, man. I'm too busy trying to explain the game instead of playing the damn game. Chances are, by this point, you already know how this game works, but... That is a quirk I didn't talk about, or I didn't mention, is your first weapon power-up is always the pod, so... But after that, I mean, if you die, that weapon is basically useless. You don't get that weapon. So the only other weapons I can get is the damn reflect laser, which I really don't give a rat's ass about at this point. I need something better. I need something more powerful, but I'm kind of stuck with it. So, you know, you kind of just have to make do with it, which sucks. And that sucks too. Whoa, that was a really close call. God damn it. Alright, to try again or not to try again? Well, I mean, I'm really getting close to beating it again on basically the hardest mode in the game, or the hardest mode that I'm aware of. So I guess we'll give it one more shot. You know what the little splashy sound effects remind me of in this game? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the very first one for the 8-bit Nintendo. When you would like make those swishing sounds, chopping through enemies, certain types of enemies. Reminds me of the sound effects in this game, and vice versa. That was a pretty cool game back in the day. First Ninja Turtles, I don't think got a lot of respect back in the day, at least not once Part 2 came out, the arcade game port. But I had a lot of great memories with that game. Some really cool music, some just interesting gameplay setup, going from the top-down view to the side view. That was pretty unique back then. But yeah. The sound effects in that game remind me of the sound effects in this game, and again, vice versa. My eyes are getting tired. It's almost kind of hard to focus at this point. Kind of zoning out a little bit. I work a job where I have to sit and stare at a computer screen all day, and it's not like a good kind of stare at the computer screen. It's not like I'm editing video or something, or doing something I actually kind of remotely enjoy doing. I work in a help desk, a call center environment, and I just it's very monotonous. Not in a good way. Yes, there is a good kind of monotonous, and there's bad kinds of monotonous too. And it's really late at night right now. It's probably like 4 a.m. as I'm doing this. I get off work at midnight, go in at 3, so I mean, it's kind of a late shift, and whenever I come home and I try to play games, a lot of times I'll just find myself zoning out, not being able to focus at all. And I have to really snap myself into gear, be like, hey, come on, focus. Blink your eyes a little bit. Water your eyes up. Your eyes shouldn't be this tired. But I blame having to sit and look at a computer screen all day. In a very bright lit environment too. Like, they never turn the lights off in my job, and it kind of sucks, but makes it hard to focus on video games sometimes when I come home from work. I'm sure some of you guys that work in IT and work in computers and things like that, and or work in a call center at least, kind of probably understand how I feel sometimes. So, alright, let's see if I can do it. What the? I don't remember him getting so far up last time. Ah. Yeah, there's definitely a lot more bullets on pro mode than on, say, easy or normal. I mean, there's even more bullets than there are on hard mode, so... God damn it, why did I do that? There's no reason to do that. I should have just popped it back on the front. So this is one of those games where, like, you've really got to die 1,000 times to really let it sink in if you're not focusing 100%. And as such, it's a game, and a game series you have to always be fully attentive at when you're playing. Otherwise, you start doing really stupid things. Like, I've already gone through that part like 5 times, yet now I'm suddenly dying for no apparent reason. So it's like, you know, that's just me not paying attention, not focusing, not really paying attention to what I am doing. I mean, because enemies basically appear in the same spots every single time, this is one of those games where you can, you know, once you learn the motions, you play it the exact same way every time. Just like Ninja Gaiden, just like Castlevania. You know, Ninja Gaiden, I always play the exact same way every single time I play the game, if I'm just trying to run through the game and beat it. So that's exactly how this game is. But once I get tired, once I stop focusing, then it's not good. So, and I should have killed those guys at the bottom, but I didn't. So you know what, we're at 1 hour and a quarter, so what the hell, we're gonna go ahead and give it one more try. And if I don't do it this time, well guys, I'm gonna call it quits. I mean, it's already been a very long video, and I'm sure I've already deterred some people from even clicking on this video because of the length. I know people like Let's Plays that are in 10-minute bursts and things like that, but me personally, screw it. I'd rather get it over in one go because I can. And not just because I can, because I don't like playing games in short bursts. I like sitting down and having marathon sessions. I like trying to run through a Super Nintendo game from start to finish. I don't like just playing a level or two and then saying, hey guys, I'll see you next time in the next video. That's what my casual reviews are for. And you know, they're a little bit like Let's Plays, but you know, they're also a little more opinion focused and things like that. But they fill that void for me personally. I'll just do a casual review if I'm going to do a 10-minute long video. So, you know, a Let's Play to me is it's you know, see how far I can get without chopping it up into itsy bitty pieces. So, no offense to anybody that does do their Let's Plays in, you know, the chopped up manner, but that's just not how I prefer to do it myself. I think some people are going to actually kind of appreciate my Let's Plays for that more than some of the other ones, but I think the average person is actually probably going to prefer the sort of chopped up nature, you know, an hour and a half long game in 9 different videos or something like that. Because that's what kind of the standard is, it seems. That's kind of how Let's Play started back when YouTube only had a 10-minute limit and then 15-minute limit. Now, if you register your cell phone or if you've been a long-standing member for a long time, you can have an unlimited limit, which is cool. So, you know, if I have that space available to me, I might as well make use of it, you know? So, and it makes it easier on me. I'd rather just get it done with. And I enjoy it more, being able to play the game. You know, this is also my game time. Recording this video is my game time. It's my downtime. It's my personal time. So, might as well kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Might as well complete a game I've wanted to complete for a while. So, Sometimes I don't actually manage to complete the game. Other times I do. Like in this case, I managed to complete it once. Which again, I was not expecting. It was definitely cool I was able to do that. And here I am trying to do it on pro mode. Without getting extremely frustrated. I know some of you guys really enjoyed that R-Type Complete Let's Play because I got really pissed off. Chris, my podcast co-host, thought it was pure gold. And he mentioned that on our latest podcast, or our second latest podcast episode. Me, though, I was genuinely pissed off. I was really pissed off. But I haven't gotten that way in this one, so I don't expect to because I've already completed it once. So I'm happy. What? Oh, come on, man. And here I'm saying, oh, I'm not gonna get pissed off. I'm not gonna be like that video. But now I'm kind of starting to get that way. I'm sick of playing this stage. And that's how Super R-Type gets, is you start to get really annoyed because you just have to do the whole freaking level over again. And it gets really, really repetitive. And I think that's actually one of the reasons why it is kind of hard to stay focused in this game, because you just kind of start going into zombie mode and... yeah. Hey, at least it's letting me practice where all the enemy placements are. Yeehaw. Amazing. Well, those guys seem to be shooting unusually fast. What? I didn't even touch it, man. I think that was bad hit detection right there. I mean, maybe I did touch it, but I'm definitely gonna have to refer back to that footage because it didn't seem like I actually hit it. I definitely got close to skimming it, but I don't think I actually hit it enough to where it should have registered as a freaking hit. That was crazy. Holy crap. Oh, man. Now, if I can beat this stage, I'll definitely give a few more continues on that final level just to try to beat the game, but... you know, any more times on this level, I'm gonna have to toss the towel in. I just wish I kind of wish I had like a super game saver hooked up here or something like that, because... you know, I'd really like to come back and just load up my game and try it again. But the problem is, you can't select pro mode until you've beaten hard mode. So every time I want to try to beat the game on pro mode, I have to beat it on hard mode first. Which, as you guys have seen, is definitely doable, but it's kind of a pain in the ass on its own. So... get funky with Super R-Type. R-Type. That kind of reminds me of in R-Type Complete on the Turbo Duo. They remix some of the R-Type tunes, and occasionally they'll throw in a sample that says R-Type. It's like R-Type. It's just like, wow, that's kind of cheesy. But kind of cool at the same time. I don't know why that's cool, but it's mostly cheesy. R-Type. 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 Oh, those crazy Japanese. Actually, the crazy Americans did it too, and the crazy Europeans. I'm pretty sure there was plenty of that sort of weird, goofy sampling back in the 90s on like Sega CD games and early PC titles and PC CD-ROM titles, I mean. Well, hell, some tracks on Sonic CD, the American soundtrack, it'd be like a funky track, and then you'd hear like a choir go, "Shoo, blah, 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 dum, da." It's just like, it was kind of unique back then, but you know, hearing it now, it's just you don't really hear that in video games anymore. Not even like, well, yeah, you just don't really hear it too much in video games, sampling like that, you know. It's kind of funny because the CD-ROM, while it had been around for a while before it you know, was used for game consoles, you know, that was a first for video games, though. You know, home video games anyway. All right. Alright guys, I'm throwing the towel in. I apologize, but nah. See, the problem with that level is that if you die, there's no flexibility in that stage. You know, you're stuck with that blue laser no matter what. You can't switch up to the wall laser. You can't switch up to you know, the spread fireball shot, and you can't switch up to either the gray shot, the grenade, or the red ring shot. So, you know, that stage in particular gets especially monotonous because you have nothing to work with. Other stages, you have multiple opportunities to switch between different kinds of weapons, and on this level you don't. And game over, dude, game over. So, kind of frustrating. I kind of don't even really want to play that stage anymore. Oh, wow. Oh my god, you can't even switch to pro mode after you've beaten hard once? You gotta be freaking kidding me, man. There's gotta be like a Game Genie code or something that you can type in, because if I ever want to try pro mode again, I sure as hell don't want to have to beat hard mode just to get to it. I mean, that's 45 minutes of gameplay that I just don't want to have to go through just to get to the harder mode to be frustrated on that mode. So that kind of sucks. I could have sworn that before that it was supposed to actually unlock pro mode. I mean, like, let's actually, you know, while I'm at it, let me put it on oh wow, there's novice mode. Does novice only let you go like partway through the game though? I don't remember, but let me put it on novice and I'll show you sort of the difference in difficulty. Like how quickly I just blow through enemies with my main shot. They're not even shooting at me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These guys die in one hit, one hit, one hit. They're not even shooting at me though. I don't think I've seen a single bullet yet. This would be a neat challenge. How far can you get on novice mode without shooting? That should be a let's play all on its own. As these guys like sort of track me down and chase me. And what I mean without shooting, like literally without shooting. You can only, oh, whoa, 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 okay. That's not fair. You shot at me. I have to shoot back now. So those ring guys still shoot at you. Okay. Yeah, you can kill that guy with just one regular blast. That's pretty crazy. Alright, now this guy I'm going to be able to hopefully kill in one hit. Oh, come on! If you get it just right, you can kill him in one hit. Like the second he comes in the screen, BAM! And you're done. Alright guys, well, I mean, that's basically it. Let's play of Super R-Type. Killed it on the first round. Well, not really killed it, because I did get a game over once or twice later on in the game. But I had a decent run on Pro Mode, which is probably something you don't see on on YouTube. I wonder how many Pro Mode R-Type, Super R-Type videos there are. Yeah, I mean, had a good time doing this Let's Play. It wasn't too terribly frustrating. Whoa! I thought he wasn't gonna shoot. That threw me for a loop. Damn. That's pretty funny. So, shoot once! Very cool. But yeah, like I said, guys, I mean, it was fun doing this Let's Play. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll be back with some other videos soon. And, yeah. I don't really know what else to say. Anyway, guys, I'll go ahead and just wrap it up here. Until next time, take care, everybody.